get our guys in here, treat it exactly like a game as much as we could, bust them over in the locker room. I thought our coaches did a really good job for all the meetings in the locker room and the game, making it a game-like situation, intensity and focus. So we just wanted to make sure our guys understood how we were, having not been around us in the game. And so I think that was valuable that way. I was surprised that the other team played as well as they did today. There were some good players over there with Theron over there and Dylan Baxter. I mean, they did a good job. So it's good on that part, but it's not really good on the other side. I would have expected it to be more lopsided than it was. So it's apparent, as we all know, that we have a lot of work to do anyway before we play a week from now. And we'll go back to work. Very upset with turning the ball over twice. I wouldn't expect to turn over twice and get no turnovers on the other side. Hitting the quarterback, you would hope, would help our defense. The quarterback that creates some turnovers, but what to do.
Are you concerned about the offense? I mean, you said yesterday you weren't real thrilled with the intensity, and today it didn't look real sharp.
Well, I am. And at the same time, I have to remember we're putting them in a difficult situation. They can't break a tackle because we don't do any tackling, so there's no extra yards on that. We're not letting them cut up front, which is what our run game relies on. So I've got to make sure that I take all that into account in my disappointment in production. But at the same time, he threw some really good balls and he made some really big plays. And in the passing game, it's just so hard to judge the whole game if you're not tackling.
Both of the interceptions were intended for freshman receivers. Are you at all worried about putting those guys in the live action and maybe being some miscommunication or misconnection between quarterback and receiver?
Sure. That's why it was really good today to be in a situation like this, the most game-like that we could, even when we weren't getting hit. And we saw that. The first interception, Robbie was a little bit off on his route. It looked that he hadn't seen exactly. And that's what happens sometimes with young guys. They get across the guy's face and end up being an interception. The second one, the guy made a great play. I don't think it was a decent ball to stick out. But that's always going to be a concern of ours. And if you are going to live by the philosophy of playing young guys, you have to have an expectation, unfortunately, that they will make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes in these first couple games. Home always do. And the philosophy we live by is it's going to happen. We're going to get out of them right now so that they can help us win down the stretch, as opposed to wait until somebody gets hurt in week 4 or week 5 and you're in the middle of conference play and throwing it out for the first time in a critical game.
Once you guys get to the game, what's the emotion you guys are gonna have once you're there and ready to play a game?
I think there'll be a sense of relief to finally get to the game. It is in Hawaii, which is another obstacle of you're trying to keep them focused on finally getting to a game, and we're in a vacation destination. So I think the actual first kickoff will be a sense of relief, and then there's going to be a ton of questions. I think everyone watching the game, the head coach of the team has questions about his team. So I'm sure people watching, how are we going to play? In our new systems, how are we going to tackle? How are we going to take care of the ball when we have not done that for the most part at all of this team?
What do you think of the home and home series with Texas? I know it's in the distance a bit, but
I'd be real excited if I was still here. So we'll worry about that 7 years from now.
You think you won't be? You think you won't be?
No, I hope I'm here. But I'm not really worried about the schedule 7 years from now. We're worried about the game 7 days from now.
Is there any update on Jesse Spartan's status with the playing house?
Yes, Jesse, right before he came out, was cleared. He was actually out here today, so it's good to have him back.
What's the status on Demetrius and Soma?
Yeah, nothing's changed. Neither of them have been cleared, and so, like I said before, we don't have any idea whether something's going to be done in 5 minutes from now or 5 weeks from now. Just like Jesse, we heard at one point we thought Demetrius was closer than Jesse, and it ended up being opposite. So.
Are you concerned a little bit about the depth at safety heading into this game?
Definitely, especially with Drew being not back yet. There's a lot of concerns there, especially with a team that's going to spread you out and throw the ball a ton and keep you out there on the field a lot of times.
How do you prep Jesse in the next week and the off chance you might need him?
Yeah, we just do as much as we can and spend as much meeting time as that we're allowed to with him and try to get him ready, because there's obviously some situations that he can play for us.
Loney seemed to have a big day. Has he moved up a little bit in terms of shifting around reps?
Yeah, he has. We've kind of moved those guys around to John in there and kind of created created some competition in there. So they both responded very well.
There's a report out of Arizona today that Matt Leinart is not going to start the next preseason game. You were here when he was obviously a Heisman Trophy winner. You were in the NFL. Why do you think it hasn't really happened for him?
I have no idea. We got a lot of problems ourselves to figure out, so I don't know that at all. I don't know their system. I don't know what they're doing. I think that was one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play college football, is what I know, and so sometimes the change of scenery ends up being good for people, or I don't know what's going on there. Last time I talked to Matt, things were going great. It was early in camp, and he was really excited about proving a lot of people wrong and using them a great year.
If you were going to have a conversation with Peyton Manning right now, how would that go?
It'd be fine. Somebody mentioned that Peyton said some things. Understand that I have great respect for Peyton. I would not expect him to say anything different than the things he said. If you have been to Tennessee, if you followed a football program there is no other college job but Tennessee for Tennessee people. I totally respect that. And Peyton is Mr. Tennessee, and so I don't think Peyton could have said anything different than that. He's Mr. Tennessee, so I completely respect that. And that's no different than all the Tennessee fans feel. There is no better job than the University of Tennessee, and there never will be.
Lane, last year you guys finished 7-6 at Tennessee. Where would you assess where this team is at versus where that team was at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I think we're further ahead than where we were. We had more questions then with our team, even though we had tackled and had more physical practices. We were banged up, and our receivers were banged up in the beginning of the season. We tried to force our best receiver back for the UCLA game, which harmed us tremendously in the game, interception. So I feel better where we're at now. We have more top flight players than we did then. But as you can see by the way we practice, I'm scared to death of where we go and feels going to harm me.
When you guys played Hawaii a couple of years ago, what did you learn from that game? What you would pass on to these players going into that long road trip?
Yeah, I thought our guys had great focus that day. They just come off a 55-19 national championship blowout. Very easily could have taken that game light going to Hawaii. I'm going to remind these guys, this team's done nothing. We haven't won a game, made a first down. Those were the Heisman winner on the team, future Heisman winner on the same team, and those guys were able to keep great focus. And